Hello again. There was a great struggle in this country for women to gain equality at the ballot box and to get the vote on equal terms with men, as probably some of the viewers here are aware. That's all gone by the board in certain sections of the community, which is an absolute scandal. Even more scandalous is the fact that no women, particularly progressive women, left wing women, feel minded to draw attention to it or denounce it. When a new political party is launched by a group of six MPs, five of whom are Muslim, it's probably fair to assume that Islam will be a big part of the new movement. I think most people would agree with that. This is particularly likely to be the case when the only white MP is in his late 70s and essentially no more than a figurehead for the new party. When the only woman involved is quickly sidelined and the others then start holding mass meetings from which women are excluded for religious reasons, the indications are unmistakable. I'm speaking, of course, about the new political movement called Your Party, which is essentially a Muslim organisation and has little use for democracy. White people caught up in it are little more than useful idiots. They are the pro-Gaza Guardian reading crowd who will be very ready to back off and kowtow to any Muslim as they've been conditioned to see themselves as allies. That is to say, guilty white people who must always be aware of their white privilege. This leaves the way open for the Muslim men to run the show and push through any policies they see fit on the grounds that they're all victims of institutional racism and colonialism. I need hardly say that they are all of Pakistani ancestry, and it is to that core demographic that they are really relying for their success. True, they'll pick up votes in an election from disaffected white Labour voters who are sick of Keir Starmer, but most of the votes will be from Muslims. They got in last year on the Gaza issue, and no doubt by the time the next election comes round, there'll be another such subject which Muslims care about enough to vote for the men who champion it. This is, of course, a strictly men-only outfit. The only woman mixed up in it, Zara Sultana, is young and pushy, and not at all somebody those devout Muslim men wish to work with. She has accordingly been elbowed out of the way. The thumbnail to this video shows a scene of a meeting of your party held a day or two ago in Birmingham. Two things strike one at once. The first is, of course, that no women are present. The second obvious thing is that all the men are of Pakistani heritage. This is the core demographic as it appears in the heartland of your party territory. Roping Jeremy Corbyn into the business was a smart move, for there are still many Labour Party members who are fiercely loyal towards him and feel that he represents all that is good about the Labour Party. They think that his appearance in the show is a guarantee that this new outfit is progressive and has all the right ideas about women, gay people, sex changes, and Islamophobia. If, as seems very likely after the forthcoming budget, Labour implodes and its ratings fall even further, then it is the Green Party and your party who will pick up most of the votes of those who have been loyal supporters of Labour. Of course, the Green Party too is heavily infiltrated by Islamists. Its deputy leader is Mohsin Ali, who is a fanatical Muslim who can hardly believe his luck at the position which he has now managed to achieve. Between them, these two parties are likely to replace the Labour Party in coming years. Those who don't support them might possibly choose to go with the Conservatives, but more likely Reform. In short, Islamism is now at the heart of Britain's political scene, something which few people would have foreseen 5 years ago. Because of so-called family voting, whatever the husband and father chooses, that is what the rest of his family will be voting for. That's what has led to the enormous rise in the number of postal votes. It is so that the heads of Muslim families can ensure that all their relatives, especially the women, vote correctly. The secret ballot was always so important in this country, and it has now been neatly circumvented without any progressive folk or feminist saying a word against it. In effect, hundreds of thousands of women of Pakistani and Bangladeshi ancestry have been disenfranchised, which is a scandal. And yet nobody wants to speak out for fear of being labelled Islamophobic. This is how a country is eaten away from within and its precious traditions sabotaged by men who despise democracy.